The irony in this whole situation is classic to me. To me, this is a classic tale. It definitely is. Because the funny thing is, Errol Spence was Terrence "Bud" Crawford's easiest fight at welterweight. And that's the irony of the whole thing. See, a lot of Errol Spence fans wanted to talk about resume and he ain't fought nobody. Errol Spence has fought the better competition, right? Derek James talk about he hasn't fought on the same level as Errol Spence. It's much needed experience that he needs to get in there and hang with my guy, right? Everybody was talking all that. He ain't fought nobody, this, and that. I'm the big fish. Errol Spence got the better resume. Now let's put this all in a bowl and take a good look at it. So you mean to tell me that the person with the superior resume, the person who has fought the better caliber of fighters, the person that y'all say is leagues above Terrence "Bud" Crawford, ended up being Terrence Crawford's easiest fight at welterweight? Make that make sense to us. On top of it, it's just all out funny and shit. Because honestly, you can't make this stuff up. The dude who was supposedly light in the ass, the dude that was supposedly ain't fought nobody, took the guy that y'all crowned king and made him look like an amateur. So what good is the caliber of opponents or resume this Errol Spence have? What good is it when he gets in there with somebody like Terrence "Bud" Crawford and he makes him look worse than the so-called bums that you say Terrence Crawford has fought? Like, how do you break and explain that to yourself? Not just to me, but how do you break that down logically? Like, what do you tell yourself? What lies do you try to come up with to try to justify why you seeing what you seeing? Okay? So the person with the superior resume end up getting beat worse than everybody and turned out to be the easiest fight on Terrence "Bud" Crawford's resume. So in a raw boxing fan's mind, do you know what that means? Errol Spence is the weakest guy on his resume. Oh, mic drop. You ain't see that coming. I know you ain't see that coming. I know you ain't see it coming. How is he not? How is he not? I keep telling people, stop putting stock in people based off of popularity. I keep saying, Errol Spence was talking about smoke and mirrors, Bob Arum. The smoke and mirrors is over there at PBC. That's the smoke and mirrors, because the truth of the matter is, Errol Spence hasn't fought the same caliber of fighters as Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford has fought a better crop of fighters. But since they don't have names, you guys said bum resume. Right? Bum resume. But then he takes the guy who you say has the superior resume and who has fought the superior fighters, and it is the big fish, and he made him look like an amateur. So in a nutshell, do you know what that is saying? He is the weakest opponent he has got into the ring with thus far. Big fish Errol Spence. Come on, fuck with me. Fuck with me. Huh? How you explain that paradox right there? Because that's what it is. Because if resumes meant everything and Errol Spence got the big names, and that's supposed to be, you know, the defining line, it didn't count in that fight. So what good was that resume when you getting stomped out like that? What good is that? Oh, I fought this person. I fought that person. What good is it when you get in the ring and get stomped out like that? Yeah, he had the names, but evidently he didn't have the talent, and he ain't been up against the same talent. Okay? Because somebody would have sniffed out Errol Spence's weakness a long time ago. So that just lets you know he ain't been fighting guys up to par. And this is what I'm telling you. They have names, but what kind of condition are they in? Are they a fighter that's 1 foot out the game? And that's what Errol Spence's resume has been consistent of. Old hags who used to have big names to make it seem like you're doing something big. For the same reason people wanted to fight Pacquiao. But fighting Pacquiao don't mean nothing at this stage of his career. Fighting Pacquiao when Floyd and all them fought him, that means something. But to fight him now don't mean anything. To beat Canelo now doesn't mean anything. And that's exactly what I'm saying. He was dressed up from top to bottom. And what you figure out, it's been a mirage. When you're able to get up on it, you see it never was what you thought it was. And at the end of the day, if he's the big fish, if he's the truth, wait a minute. If he breaking bones, we gonna be breaking bones and all that Derrick James bull crap. What good is breaking them bones? What good is that big fish talk? What good is that resume talk? What good is that stuff across the street when you in there in the ring and got stomped out and shut out like that? When you look like that after a fight, that resume don't count for nothing. So, long story short, Errol Spence is the weakest, or should I say the softest guy who has got in the ring with Terrence Crawford thus far. Everybody else has put up a better showing for themselves than Errol the True Spence. Now, how do you explain that? Oh, but it's the resume, right? Like, comment, subscribe.